Do I shave my vagina?
Spanish chicks don't shave.
Mexican.
Really? What? And that's crazy because the Mexican people are the ones that are shaving the shrubbery.
Yeah, but they're not.
They're cutting shrubs. They don't shave down there. They go up there and they cut palm trees, but they don't shave the bush down below.
You sound like an unbelievable douche.
Do you know the Dave Darren Show?
Hot enough to boil a monkey's bum.
Most people say, who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Like Disneyland, I'm the happiest fucking guy on earth.
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Are you a poof duck?
He used to be on terrestrial radio, but he got fired.
It's over. Don't you think it's over?
I'll spit.
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Here comes the bull spiller now.
Dave Darren.
Show just to get attention.
I need beer all the time. At least 5%, not light with lime. I need beer for my soul. And I'll keep drinking beer till I'm 6 feet in the motherfucking hole.
What is the matter with you, bro? Are you serious?
Okay, this is Dave Darren. Check number 2. I'm trying to get Miller on here because he wanted to give me some kind of a beating. So I buttoned up my shirt so that if I do get that beating, I can hide the welts. So Miller, you're going to call me or what? You should use Skype. That's the easiest way to do stuff. Hey, Adam, how are you? Is on his way. Okay, well, let's see if he gets on here and starts to have a communication with me. It says Miller is unavailable. And that is on Skype. It was ringing. Maybe you guys heard that. So, I mean, how long am I going to have to hang around here while someone learns their technology? Let's see, what's everyone saying? Heidi says, oh, my God. Adam says, I have a feeling if you do some comedy, he will show. I already did comedy via all the chats I was doing. Everyone invite Miller. There we go. Where's Wilfred's over here? Where is he? He's sleeping in the back. And he's doing things, licking himself you guys probably shouldn't see. He's probably doing something similar that Miller does when he's looking at Heather's pictures. That's what our dog here, Wilfred, is doing right now. Hey, Miller.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's better. You shut one down, right?
On the cell phone.
I have a feeling you should have shut off this one because you're muted. You sound terrible.
Well, can you hear me okay now?
Marginally. Okay. Good enough to be irrationally insulting to you. It works. Okay. Okay, we'll do it. But now your video froze, but that's okay. We don't have to see it.
You have to invite me. There's 2 buttons. There's one inviting to the live video, and there's one invite you to the broadcast. Does that button show up for you? I don't know.
I don't know. We could simplify this whole thing. Why don't you want to call my phone number? Why don't you want to call my cell number? And I give out to everyone that listens to my show, guests, callers. I repeat it like 7 times during the show. Why don't you just do that?
I don't use my personal cell phone, bro.
Why not? You can put it on block the number. I don't need to call you ever again. So just call me or what do you think I'm going to stalk you? You think I'm going to stalk you now?
Nothing to do with you or anybody. I didn't even call Heather on my own phone.
Uh-huh. You don't call Heather on your own phone?
Nope.
Huh. I find that kind of hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. I would think you'd open up any form of communication on so you can create your love life with her. That's a shock to me. Okay.
All right. Anyway, let's get to the point, man.
All right. So what's your point? I called you a stalker, and you're saying you don't believe you're a stalker, and I gave you 4 bullet points of why I thought you were. I said you write a bunch of love songs for her, trying to get this love going when she doesn't really seem to have much interest in creating a love story with you. Then you called her up supposedly like 10 times at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not normal. Don't tell me it's normal to call someone at 3 o'clock. If I get a call 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to hop out of bed, start putting clothes on because I'm going to think someone died and I better go to their rescue, right? And then the other thing is you got on there is you said that she only wants to date an alpha male and she doesn't want to date a weak male. In my opinion, if she wanted to date a weak male, she would be dating you. So I don't understand that point at all. And then you did some welfare check on her. So and then you went to her place, you dropped off a package at her gate. Now you didn't go into her property, and it's probably good because she probably would have shot you dead on her property and buried you in the middle of Pahrump, the desert. It's easy to do that. It's easy to dig up sand in the desert and bury a body in there. So it's a good thing you didn't do that. So you went to her establishment where she lived, and supposedly, did she move to Florida?
Dave, you gotta let me talk, man, because all these facts and numbers you're saying are not true. You know that, right? Okay,
so start off the first one. What's the first one? Let's start off with the one where you did a welfare check on her. Now, you did that. Maybe I could let you get away with that one, right? But you used a fake name. Why would you use a fake name?
Yeah, I use a fake name. The name is Pedro Jackson. When I log on my computer, I use Pedro Jackson. When I use my phone on my apps, I use Pedro Jackson because I don't want to be, I don't want to be found by Apple and Microsoft.
Well, they can't find you if you're using an alias name, right? They will have no way of finding you if you use an alias name, correct?
I just fake the name because I don't want anybody on my Wi-Fi to know it's me, or when they steal my phone, which I had my phone stolen so many times, and I put fake name in there, and I put all the when I use in Google Plus and I use my Google Games and all that stuff, I use Pedro Jackson because you shouldn't even use your real name because people steal your phone, and and they have stolen my phone.
I do know why they're stealing your phone. They're looking for the Heather Wade pictures on your phone so they can whack off at night. So I know why they're stealing your phone. That's why. And by the way, the name Pedro is not a good name because you might get a wall built around you to keep you out of the United States. So don't use the name Pedro. That's a bad name. Use George. Don't use Jorge. Use George. Or use Frank.
I lost your video, man. Are you still live on the Heather? Yeah. I lost your video.
I'm still live, and there's about 10 people checking it out.
I don't see you.
Well, you're not missing nothing. I don't look that great. So I didn't dress for the occasion. So I'm not looking great. So don't worry about it. So, okay, so you answered the first one. How about the other one where you went to Heather Wade's home in Pahrump and you dropped off a package at her gate? You didn't go into the property. Would she have a gate there or something? Does she have a gate in front of the property or what? Or a fence or something like that?
Heidi, this isn't a contest. I'm just trying to explain myself and educate Dave because he doesn't know what's happening. Okay, Heidi? So don't use numbers like Dave 40 and Miller 0 because that makes no sense. I'm telling him why I use Pedro.
All right, well, let's stick to the point. What was the next question? Was why did you go to her home, and does she have a gate there? Does she have a fence there? And you dropped off a package outside the fence, right?
First of all, I did not plan to go to her home. I wanted to go see Art, and I went to see Art Bell, and I thought, maybe, drive around to go see Heather and give her some gifts, make her feel better. Because she's having a hard time, she has a difficult life, and she has a lot of haters and a lot of older men hating on her all day long on Facebook and internet and all these places. So I thought, just go there and give her a gift, make her feel good. Women like, what's wrong with giving? I've been with a lot of women, and they like gifts. A lot of people accuse Heather of gifter and all this stuff, like accepting gifts from guys. But you know what? That's what women like, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's not being a stalker.
I'll tell you why there's something wrong. I'll tell you why there's something wrong with that. The thing is wrong. You just said that she's got a lot of haters. She's got a lot of guys that hate her, and yet you decide to go to her property when she's probably scared that she's got all these haters who might find out where she lives because she's living next to Art Bell's property. So everyone knows Art Bell's in Pahrump. and they can figure out approximately where he lives. So she's scared out of her mind because of all these haters. Yet you decide to actually go to her property to what? What's the purpose? To give her a gift or to scare the daylights out of her?
She's not scared of me because she knows me, and she followed my videos years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. She liked my bathtub videos. She enjoys my comedy. She knows I'm a good guy. She knows I'm great. And she didn't have a problem if I went over there and dropped off a gift. I asked her, okay? I send her messages. She said, do you mind if I go over there and give you a gift? And she only laughed. She said, oh, just send me a bomb. You know, she laughed. It was a joke. So, no, it was not Fred. It was not.
Yeah, but hang on. Let me get you a break here. Hang on.
Okay.
Looks like we got a caller here, by the way. So let's bring the caller in. I don't know who it is. Do you want to take a caller?
How do you have a caller? How is this possible?
What do you mean? Well, it's possible because someone else knows how to use a phone instead of Miller. So that's how it's possible. So now I got to connect you to the Bose system here. This is the third Bose system I got because I told you guys that I downloaded 2 of Miller's videos with his singing and it damaged 2 of my speakers. So hang on a second. Okay, so Miller, someone wants to do a fact check with you. So let's hear. Who is this, by the way? Who's calling into the show?
Pedro Jr.
Pedro Jr., another guy. Okay, Pedro. Is that your real name, Pedro?
No.
No, okay, it's Pedro Jr.
I'd just like to offer a bit of a fact check.
Okay.
Consider this for a second. Miller didn't go to her door while he was on camera. I was told by Miller in a drunken late-night rant about a leg injury back in October. Or not October, sorry, back in April, shortly after his visit to Heather. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that all this has came out about the leg injury, I mean, he told me that he went up to the porch and yeah, he did have information about the leg injury. So my question to him is, if he didn't go to her door, how did he know about her leg injury before all the rest of us?
All right.
Dave, I didn't really want to make this like a show. I just wanted to tell you that I wanted to go. I'm going to Arizona at 4 in the morning tomorrow, and we could probably hang out and have a drink and talk about Heather or do a live show. If you're not interested, I guess I'll just hang up.
Well, no. What I want to do is I want to clarify to the caller the way she got her leg injured is because of all of the bullshit. You slip on bullshit and you can hurt your legs. I think that's how she hurt her leg. I heard that.
What caller? You weren't doing a show, so now we're getting callers?
Yeah, now we're getting callers. Come on now. Come on, we could take callers anytime. I take callers 24 hours a day, except for 3 o'clock in the morning from people like you that call up to wake people up and scare them out of their minds at 3 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for calling in, buddy.
Miller, if I'm wrong, feel free to deny it, man. Feel free to deny it. It didn't happen.
Arizona. Okay. And we should do a live video together, that's all.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, caller. I'm sorry. It looks like Miller doesn't want to answer their fact check. Okay, thanks.
I'll answer it, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, then answer it. Okay.
Hiding anything.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Well, so how did you know about the leg injury before the rest of us did? I guess that was the question, right? How did you know that?
Actually, if you ask Heidi, she knew about it before I did. So how does she know?
I think I know the other reason why she might have injured her leg. She was probably kicking your ass to get you off her property and she hurt her leg. Is that what happened as well?
No.
I mean, how much comedy do you want me to give you here, Miller? Okay, so now what, you want to invite me to Maricopa County somewhere to have a beer with you, right? Is that what you want?
I just went to Pahrump to see Art Bell because I never been to Pahrump. I wanted to go check it out. I asked permission from Erin, which is Art Bell's wife. Okay, I talked to Karen because I wanted to go to the radio station. I talked to everybody. I said, I'm going to go over there. So going to Heather's house, which I already knew she was not going to open the door and she was depressed and she was like laying in her bed and she was not even going to talk to anybody. I already knew that. So I just went to drop off the package. There was no intention of like contacting her or talking to her or giving her a kiss or anything like that or asking her out. Okay. The only intention was to make her feel better. That's it. And I just dropped off the package and I left. And that was it. That's as simple as that. And it's all on video. It's all documented on video, Dave.
Well, maybe she didn't like the size of your package.
My package was large, like my hands and my feet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. I thought she didn't like the size of your package. Come on, get with the comedy routine here, will you? You wanted me to do Howard Stern. I'm doing Stern here. She didn't like the size of your package, and then she kicked you and she injured her foot. It's the end of story, right? That's what happened. Now we know. We got the... Huh?
When I got there, she already had injured her foot, and she was not about to go anywhere. She wasn't driving, and she was hiding her Jeep behind the house, and the gate was open. So I was welcome to go up there and give her a massage or whatever she wanted, or treat her like a princess. But I didn't want to do that, you know, because I respected the place and everybody at the Fringe, the other group that I've been a member of for years. They said, do not approach the house. You're going to get shot. Do not go to the porch. Do not do this. Do not do that. Everybody was telling me what not to do. I said, okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to drop off the package and run. And that's it. That's all I did. I don't know what Adam is talking about.
And all these things we hear about, you know, people dropping off packages. For instance, I do some consulting work for Wells Fargo. Package comes in the mail, it gets delivered to Wells Fargo. They're scared of what's in the package. They call the police, the fire department, and they vacate the whole Wells Fargo building. So you drop off a package to someone who's already traumatized because she's got so many haters, and she's hiding in the house. She's depressed. She's bummed out, and yet you decide, okay, well, I'm going to go over. I'm going to drop off a package. Makes good sense, logical sense, right? Makes good sense.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not a stranger. I talked to Heather on Messenger. I told her I was coming. She followed my video, so I'm not just some random guy. She knew I was there. She knew I was coming to drop off the package. She didn't call 911. She didn't feel threatened. It was nothing. It was not a big deal. I just dropped it off the gifts because I wanted to make her feel good, make somebody, you know, feel good, you know, for the cats, Layla and Goes, and have a good time. That's it.
So what was in the package? What did you buy for her? I'm curious. What's the contents? Give us that.
It's all in the video. I make videos.
Well, tell us. I don't feel like watching the video. Tell us what's in the package. Come on now. I don't feel like watching the video. Tell us what was in the package.
I made a video about Art Bell's box because I made a box for Art Bell.
You took Art Bell. You dug up Art Bell and his box, and you delivered that box to the front of her house. Is that what you're saying?
No, I delivered the box for Art Bell to his grave in the cemetery, and then I delivered the box to her mailbox. And so I delivered to her. I was actually not even going to deliver anything to Heather because everybody was telling me, you know, like Lasha and the three elders and the ladies that are overprotective, the lesbians, because they're really overprotective of Heather. And they said, you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go. And so I was hesitant to go. I didn't even want to go. Okay?
And yet you say that I talk rudely about people, and you just called a couple people lesbians. Like you say I talk rude about women, right? So there we go. All right.
They are lesbians. They're in love with Heather more than I am.
Oh, so
I mean, that's fact.
All right. Okay, so what was in the package? I asked you now 3 times. What was in the package? Open up the package and tell us what a romantic gift you put in that package.
It wasn't even romantic. It was a letter, like a little card, like a, you know, get well. It was a note from me, like a personal note, with my phone number, telling her I was going to stay at the Saddle West for 4 nights.
Did you slip her a room key? Did you give her a room key? I would have given her a room key. If you're in love with the woman, you got to buy her roses, and you got to write a romantic card. And come on, you got to buy her some lingerie. What's the matter with you? I got to teach you all this stuff. I should meet you in Maricopa so I can teach you a lesson on romancing women, man. Come on now.
Not romantic. My gifts were all garbage. It was a Yoda. It was an electronic Yoda figure. It was a hat. It was a tinfoil hat. It was an ET figure. It was like stuff that has nothing to do with being romantic. There was no flowers. It was just collectible stuff. Like I had like some Star Wars, Giorgio stickers, and a bunch of stuff. You know.
Man, this geek stuff is not going to get you laid. I got to tell you that, man. You got to at least What?
All that.
You know that, but you gave her your phone number, but you wouldn't give me your phone number. So now, what's the difference between me and her?
Well, I gave her my phone number because I was there, and there was no other way for her to reach me, so I had to give her my phone number.
Oh, but how come I don't have your phone number? What's the matter with me? I feel like a second-class citizen now. Send me a package.
I went to a shop for.
I'll give you my address. Send me a package. Put stuff in it. I'll take a Yoda. I watch Star Wars once in a while. I'll accept the Yoda doll, and I'll accept.
This Yoda, it's amazing. It's a robot. It's like 15 to 16 inches tall, and it swings the lightsaber. It was a gift for the cats. It wasn't even for Heather. And I just thought, I got to give her something. So I wasn't really I'm not really a romantic guy. I just went over, I didn't give her flowers or hearts or anything like that,
Okay, now did she acknowledge your gift? Like she got the gift, she walked out to the doorstep with the police and the fire department to make sure she wasn't getting bombed because she had a hater drop off a package, but you told her you were coming, so she expected the package. She got the package, she opened it, she saw all these great gifts, right? All these, we'll call them, in your mind, we'll call them great gifts. She opened up, she got all these great gifts. And what did she acknowledge them? Did she call you on the phone number that you left her, which I don't have your phone number? Did she call you and say, thanks so much for these gifts, I feel so much better now?
No, she didn't call me because she was scared. She wasn't scared.
She was scared, see?
She was not scared of me specifically. She was scared of all the men that approached her and wanted to talk to her, because there's a lot of men in Pahrump that are over 60 and knock on her door. I mean, she has 17 welfare checks, Dave. Only one from me. All these older men are the ones that are a threat, not me.
Okay.
So she knows these older guys that they try to act all nice, but they're trying to fuck her over, and that's the people that she doesn't want to talk to.
Yeah, but she'll put pictures of her legs up in the air and sexy butt pictures, but she doesn't want the 60-year-old guys who are horny as hell to see those pictures, right?
Okay, there's some explanation for that.
Oh, let's get that explanation. I'll give you one explanation. The picture would have looked better with a suntan. She was fish belly white. So, go ahead.
There's nothing doing sexual. She used to be a model. She used to be pretty. She used to enjoy, being a flirt. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's
right?
True. Yeah, that's true. I prefer to whack off the sexier legs though. But okay, so we'll stick with that. Have you whacked off to her pictures? Have you whacked off to her pictures or what? Let me ask you that question. Have you whacked off to Heather's pictures? You personally?
I have never whacked off to Heather's picture. I whacked off to my ex-girlfriend, which was so beautiful. And we stayed in a hotel in San Diego, and we made videos all night long until 5 a.m. And that's what I whack off to, just so you know.
And you still whack off. You still whack off to the memories of that ex-girlfriend, correct?
And I tell you, her name was Lana, and she had implants. And she was very skinny, and we used to be together, sing karaoke, and we used to be really close. She stayed with me for weeks, and I miss her.
Okay. Who paid for the implants? Did you pay for the implants? I'm curious about that. Did you pay for the implants?
She was a stripper for a while, and that's how she paid for it.
Okay. Did you offer to get her bigger implants? Like maybe she was a C cup, you could have moved her up to a D cup. Did you ask that question?
To tell you the truth, I was just kind of using her for sex. And I told you I'm a bad boyfriend. I'm just really bad,
Yet you want to be with Heather and be bad with Heather, right? So that's the ultimate. You're bad with women, so why not continue that philosophy with Heather, right?
Actually, I've been very nice to Heather. I mean, I've been more like a sister. I've been treating her, more like a family than a girlfriend. So I'll tell you something for Adam, because Adam is insistent. He keeps pushing and saying, and he thinks I'm hiding something.
Small package.
I'm not hiding anything.
So you really do have a small package.
I guess what is it? I didn't want to make this a show, man. You know what, Heather, I know you didn't listen to Heather. You don't listen to Heather. You're not going to listen to Heather. She's no good. She's evil, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But Heather says something about she has friends in the mafia in Vegas, right?
I don't know.
So
she's got friends in the mafia. So it's excellent to have a girlfriend who's got friends in the mafia. That's something that you want to aspire. I can understand you now. You want to be protected by her mafia friends. I understand. Okay.
what I'm saying is, when I went, I was surrounded by these guys. I couldn't even do anything, you know? I mean, I stayed at the hotel, and these guys were spying on me through the whole, at the bar. They were following me around at the pool. They were armed, you know?
You really think that's true? You really believe that that's true?
Yes, that's true. They knew what room I was staying at.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, they sent a couple of people to talk to me, and that's fine, you know? Her fan base is 64 average, 64 years old, male, white, okay?
Right. And they're going to kick your ass with why? They're going to get their cane, their walking cane, or they're walking, they're going to get their little cart and beat you over the head. These are the type of mafia people you're talking about? Or they're going to bite you on the neck when they take off. They're going to have to put their teeth in their mouth, first of all, to be able to even bite you on the neck or an ear. They're going to have to stick. And then they got another problem is the colostomy bag is going to get in their way. So they won't be able to really beat you up with the colostomy bag right there. Right? So that's going to be an issue.
Oh, that's not the profile. The profile is 64-year-old, old male with guns, a lot of guns, and a lot of...
Now, you said that they had guns. You sure they had guns, or were they just happy to see you? Pahrum's small. How many people live in Pahrump?
This was the convention, man. This was the front side convention.
Oh, so then they don't want to know what you're doing there because it's a convention. They want to. I go to conventions too. I go there and people come up to me if I don't have my name tag on. They'll ask my name, and I tell them my name is Pedro. By the way, I make sure I give them your name now, and right. And then they ask me questions like, "What are you doing here? So there's a convention there. People are coming up to you. They're asking you questions because they're all part of the convention. Sounds like a lunatic convention to me. Sounds like a convention right from the insane asylum. What you should have done is bought them each a Yoda doll, and then they would have mellowed out towards you, right? Well, how come they didn't ask you, are you here to stalk Heather? They didn't ask you that question directly. I would have thought they would have asked you that question. Aren't you here to stalk Heather? Did they ask you that question? What's in the package?
Maybe they thought like you. Maybe they thought I was going to go there to stalk Heather.
Right.
And they were surprised. I had no interest in Heather when I went at all.
So let's change that fantasy to another one. So I want to ask this question. So you visited Art Bell's grave. Did you hear any noise in the ground because did you hear any noise in the ground because Art Bell was turning in his grave? Actually heard that you said that he committed suicide and Heather said that he committed suicide. Did you hear any commotion under 6 feet under in the grave with Art Bell rolling around in his grave?
No, but I did get a feeling, you know.
You got a feeling that Art Bell was rolling around in his grave because of what you said and what Heather said. It was inappropriate to say. You felt Art Bell's motion in the grave.
No, this was April 13th at 10 p.m., 11 p.m.
Oh, so people don't roll around their graves at 10 p.m. There's a curfew on that, right? You can't roll around in your grave after 10 p.m. It's a curfew. I forgot about that.
Dave, you gotta listen. Heather wasn't on. She had not even revealed any of that.
We got a caller here. Let's see who this is, by the way. Hi, caller. How are you? This is Dave Darren. What's going on?
Yeah, this is Fat Tony Corleone. Miller was supposed to keep our conversation secret.
By the way, caller.
We told him to be silent.
By the way, caller, how old are you? Are you in the profile of a guy 65 years old that's protecting Heather Wade? Are you in that age group, that demographic?
I am 67 years old. My family has been here from Italy for 6 generations.
Wow. So now, actually, if you were going to buy Heather a gift, would you actually give her your colostomy bag? Would that be in the box that you would give Heather on her doorstep? Your colostomy bag. Would you do that?
No, I need my colostomy bag.
He needs his colostomy bag. Okay, I don't blame you. Okay, would you put how about this? Would you, in the gift to Heather, would you put the romantic gift of your fake teeth in the box? Would you do that? Fake teeth for Heather?
Possibly.
Possibly.
But, you know, we talked to Miller, and he was supposed to keep that conversation secret.
Miller.
I don't get it.
Miller, how do you approach that? You're supposed to keep the secret. Now you got the mafia upset with you. Guy directly from Italy is upset with you now. How do you deal with this guy? He hung up. He wants to remain anonymous. He could only stay on the call for less than a minute, otherwise his phone gets traced. So how do you deal with this guy?
I really don't care what they think. I mean, I know they were spying on me, they were profiling me, they were searching me. They probably got into my room when I went to the desert. You know, I spent 12 hours at the desert.
Right.
You know? And when I came back, you know, there was all these guys surrounding me, looking at me, like giving me a stare. You know when somebody looks at you and you know, like they're trying to find out what are you doing or who are you and trying to figure this out?
Yeah, like, you know, what kind of lunatic you are, something like that. Okay, yep. I know that. I could imagine
that. Or something, you know?
Uh-huh. All right, so let's see. We had another battery of questions here. I don't think you answered this one, though. You put on your Facebook page that you thought that Heather was afraid of dating an alpha male and she was only looking for weak males. Right. Why would you put that out there? Is that a romantic thing to say? Would that be something you should put in the next package that you deliver to Heather's doorstep? Is that something that you would put in there?
No, from my experience with women and my conversation with women, women like a sugar daddy, you know, like the older guys taking care of you, right? So these guys are not like, you know, boyfriend material or like having sex with Heather, but she likes guys to protect her, like look up to her, you know? But these guys are just like, they don't even count as alpha male or beta male. They're just like older guys, you know, doing whatever. Now, when you're talking about having like a real relationship, like boyfriend and girlfriend and maybe marriage, right. She's not looking for those guys. She's not looking for a strong.
But you are. I think you are though. You're looking to marry Heather. Let's get to the point. You would love to marry Heather, correct?
I already told her. Everybody knows I don't own any guns. You know, I'm not a gun guy. I will never own a gun. And the way she is, I mean, she has a strong temper. She's a very strong woman. And, you know, if you've been with a strong woman, I don't know if you have, they like to control you. And I cannot be controlled. I'm a tiger, you know? I got tiger blood. And my blood is alien blood, AB negative.
You've got alien blood?
So,
Were you abducted and probed, and that's why you're in this condition right now? Were you probed in various holes, and that's why you're still feeling the pain of relationships?
This is you gotta understand women. You probably are clueless about how women are.
Oh, I am.
You know,
okay. Yet I'm married and I'm clueless, and I've dated enough women in my life, but I'm clueless, and the fact that I would buy someone. I would say something romantic. If you're trying to get a girlfriend, you should be a little more polite. You should not put out there that she is afraid of an alpha male and she only dates weak men. And you should not put out there that you want to treat women badly, which I think you put that out there. Typically, when someone's scared of people that are hating on her, you decide to go to her doorstep and you do a welfare check with a fake name of Pedro. And yet you believe that all this is going to get you a closer relationship to Heather Wade.
No, that's not it.
Oh, well, that's
not it. I don't want Heather to be my girlfriend. No way.
Oh, I can't handle. Then why all this effort? Why all these love songs if you don't want this to happen? Why would you do that? Find another woman to stalk.
Because she probably likes younger guys. She probably likes guys you can control, dominate, and she cannot dominate me. That's why she's afraid of me. Okay. Now, because anytime I talk to her, I'm above her, and I tell her straight out what I like and what I think. And women don't want that. Women want the fake guy, you know, being nice and the flowers, and go to dinner and try to be all Hollywood. And I'm not Doug Hollywood. I'm just kind of an asshole sometimes. Okay. You know, and that's not gonna work. I mean, it's not gonna work.
Okay, so we did get from you that you're an asshole. Now let's get back to, do you believe you're a stalker? Let's go back to that one now. At least we got you moved to the point of asshole. So let's see if we can move you now to stalker. Do you believe you're a stalker?
No, you cannot be a stalker for making a phone call.
How about 10 phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning? Does that move you to the edge? Someone calls me 10 times at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm at least going to be pissed.
No, look, I talked to Heidi Heidi knows I called her at 3 in the morning. I talked to a girl that I'm seeing, like kind of like, you know, paid to go. I called her at 3 in the morning. You know, the booty call. I talked to Adam at 3 in the morning. I talked to Ren at 3 in the morning. I talked to Elgab, Bart, producer, Brian. I talked to Brian at 3 in the morning because he works nights. You know, he's a security guy at the hospital at the
mental institution where you were living for a while. Is that correct? He was working at the mental institution. That's how you guys met, at the mental institution, or what?
Oh, come on, man! Brian is the greatest guy. He's and a lot of people that listen to Heather are night people, so it fits, you know.
Oh, okay.
It just fits.
Yep.
So I mean, you go to sleep at 9 p.m. because you're like an older guy, so you got to be at bed by 9. But dude, I stay up all night.
No, I go to bed at 9 o'clock, usually with Heather Wade's picture, so I can whack off to it. That's what I do. But at least I don't stalk her, and I don't send her a package. I play with my package, but I don't send her a package. And by the way, there's no way I'm going to whack off to someone with that fish belly white set of legs. I mean, if next time you talk to her, and by the way, someone asked, when is the last time you talked to her? So let me ask you that. Well, next time you talk to her, tell her that Dave Darren says she needs a suntan. She's in the middle of the desert, and she's fish belly white.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to reach her anymore. I'm giving her space. I sent her an email when he was doing a test, and she said no. And I told her to play some Depeche and she said no. And that's the last time I talked to her, because I got nothing to say to her right now. You know?
Yeah, probably a good idea not to say anything to her right now, because she's probably telling you she's not upset with you because she just wants to get you off of her. She wants you to leave her alone, I think, is the reality of it.
The only reason I might thought she might be upset is because a lot of the older lesbians, you know.
Oh, so we're back on the lesbians now. We're back on them. Let's see, we have a caller now. Maybe it's one of the lesbians you're talking about. Let's see who's on the line. Hello, caller. This is Dave Darren. Who's on the line?
Dave?
Yeah, this is Dave Darren. Who's on the line?
Hi, this is Angie from New Jersey. How are you, honey?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Angie. How's it going? I'm from New Jersey as well. I live in Hoboken, by the way. So welcome to the Dave Darren Show out of Phoenix at the moment.
I am watching your live, and my little beta male is talking.
Your little beta male? So Miller is the beta male. He's not an alpha male. So Miller believes
Miller is my beta male. I own him because I have owned him so many times in LGAB and on Facebook that, he's kind of mine now.
Strap-on or what? Do you use a strap-on on Miller? Do you use a strap-on?
I do. He enjoys it.
You enjoy it. Miller, do you like it? How big of a strap-on do you use, by the way? Is it a small?
His name is Lucifer, and it's about 11 inches.
Miller, how's that feel? Do you need a bigger size? By the way, if Miller needs a bigger size, I'll give you the Dave Darren credit card, and we will get a larger strap-on for Miller, okay? Would you need that?
There we go. That'll be awesome.
See, there we go. And it'll have the name Dave Darren written on the side of it. So while you're doing it, you'll see the word Dave Darren pop in and out, okay? That's what we'll do.
That will be amazing. And I love your show, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I'm frozen on the Skype. Am I still live on the Skype, or am I still frozen on there?
Well, you're frozen on Skype, just in the position to be, right in the position to be used right now with the strap on. So it's a perfect pose right there. We love that pose. I'll put that on later.
And by the way, if you missed it on Saturday, he dances like a drunk in Beluga.
Well, he was a drunk in Beluga. He just doesn't dance like one. He was drunk that night. When you were dancing to Heather Wade's party, were you drunk, Miller? Were you drunk that night?
Angie, can you hear me? Are you okay, Angie? Are you taking your medication?
Oh, actually, I've taken all my medication, and it's prescribed by the doctor, unlike Heather Wade.
There we go.
Look, Dave, me and Angie go way back, okay?
Okay. Well, she goes way back. She's weighing back at you when she's using the strap on. But what did you mean by way back?
She thinks I know she's looking around. I'm not really. Look, I'm not. She thinks she owns me, and she has, owned me many times because she's a strong. She is a strong woman from New Jersey, and she talks a lot of crap, whatever. But deep inside, she loves me. She loves me a lot.
See, deep inside again, he said, okay, deep inside.
No. See, I don't love him. I own him. There's a difference.
Different, very different. I believe that's very different, Miller.
No woman has ever owned me, Angie. Okay? Let's just correct that. Okay?
I own you, darling, no matter what you say. I own you, so there you go.
Look, Dave, Angie's a nice person. She has helped me out with some advice over my breakups. She's funny. She's joking around. Of course, I don't do, anal sex and all that stuff. I don't use dildos. I never been role play. I'm like a normal guy. But if she wants to think she owes me, she's wrong because I'm an alpha male. I always have been.
Honey, you are so far from an alpha male. It's not. You can't even see alpha male. At the point you're at right now, you can't even see alpha male. So stop lying. Stop telling everybody you're an alpha male because you're not. Just because Bart L said you're an alpha male really doesn't make it so, darling.
All right. Okay. Maybe I'm between a beta male and an alpha male. I'm not maybe totally 100% alpha because I'm not 64 years old and I'm not beating women and raping women. But maybe, maybe I'm almost getting there. Right, Angie?
So how was that? How was your encounter with those women, in quotations, in Tijuana? Did you enjoy that?
By the way, when he was in Tijuana, did he use the name Pedro?
He did, and he also went to go see the donkey show, so I'm just saying.
Was he playing Donkey Kong with the strap-on? Is that what he was doing? Donkey Kong with the strap-on, right? I believe that.
He was.
Yeah, there we go, Miller. It's all out. It's all out in the open right now.
Oh, well, Andy, I love you. You're a good woman. You're hard, but no, you're wrong. Whenever I'm in a relationship, I'm always the leader. I'm always tell the women what to do, and I lead the relationship. Okay, I'm sorry.
Dave, did you know that back in high school, or maybe a little bit after high school, that Miller went to a party with his girlfriend and he slapped her?
Wow. Miller, why did you do that? Were you trying to act like an alpha male? Why would you slap a woman? Why would you do that? Why would you slap a woman?
That was just a joke.
It was a joke?
That's not true.
I don't think that.
Oh, that was a joke? Well, you told everybody in LGAB it was true, so I'm sure I could find the screenshots, darling.
It was a joke. It was a party. It was a house party in the 90s, and everybody was joking around, and I was drinking, and everybody was drinking, and we were just playing. We were just playing around like an act. That's it.
And part of playing around is to slap a woman. Huh. Okay. All right. Well,
Dave, I hope y'all have a real good night, darling, and I really do enjoy y'all show.
Thanks for calling on the Dave Darren Mental Institution show. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, Miller, we're back with you. So let's see. Did I have any closing remarks? Actually, I did. Or did you have a closing? You can give me a closing. Go ahead.
I just want to tell you, I wasn't really planning to do a show or review anything tonight.
Right.
I just want to tell you, I made a reservation. I'm going to Arizona. We're hanging out. Maybe we could do a show together. That'd be high ratings. The highest ratings ever. Never had.
Yeah, I'd have to be high to do that show with you. I think you're right about that.
I don't smoke weed, man.
Do you think today's show went well for you? Do you think that you did a good job on today's show?
Well, the callers haven't even asked a real question. They're just trolling me. It's not even a good question. Like, Adam just wants me to tell, like, what happened, if I knocked on the door, Angie and the old guy. Anybody wants to ask a real question, I'm here.
I asked for them. I asked about the welfare check using the name Pedro and why you would do that. I said, why did you go to her house? I also said, why did you say you claim you were an alpha male? We have another caller here, so we may have some more questions for you. Hello, this is the Dave Darren Show. Who's calling in?
Yeah, I have a real question.
Oh, there we
At the end
go.
of Miller's show last week, he said that he left his girlfriend of 8 years because he fell in love with Heather Wade and her voice. So he says he doesn't want Heather to be his girlfriend. Why did he leave his girlfriend of 8 years? Because he was so in love with Heather Wade, as he said on his own show.
Excellent question. Let me clap for that one, by the way. Hang on. Excellent question. Miller, what's your response?
That's a good question.
And
I said I did it, but it was not planned. It was subconsciously, my mind, probably. I said it was a probable cause. Maybe I broke up with my girlfriend because of Heather. That's what I said. I didn't say it was the reason. I said sometimes your brain works different, you know? That's what I'm talking about.
Did your ex-girlfriend look like Heather? Were they lookalikes?
No, she didn't look nothing like Heather. And we had discussions about it. Because I used to put on Heather.
You used to put on Heather's wig? What, you used to dress like Heather? Or what were you going to say? I'm sorry, I broke up, but we're on Skype. I couldn't hear what you said.
My girlfriend knew I like Heather. Okay? I listened to Heather for a long time. I put it on the Bluetooth speaker. You know.
You broke up again. You put on Heather's blue dress. I'm sorry. One more time? You broke up.
Look, I don't know. I thought it maybe, you know, psychologically, you know, sometimes you don't know you do certain things, right? Your subconscious, right? That's what I was talking about. I said maybe I broke up with my ex because of Heather. I said maybe. I don't know. I have to go see a therapist for that. Okay.
Did you go see a therapist for that? Did you go?
No, I haven't been there, but I mean, I don't know. I said maybe I did, but maybe I didn't. So I mean, I don't know what's beneath my brain, and it could be a hidden feeling that I don't know about. So I don't really know entirely.
Well, at that point, when you broke up with your girlfriend and you were talking about Heather to your girlfriend, and you broke up with your girlfriend to maybe be with Heather, and you thought maybe at that point you needed psychological help. Now you've gone beyond that. Like you called up a welfare check on Heather as Pedro. You went to Heather's home, dropped off a package. You do go on the websites and you say that you're an alpha male and Heather doesn't want an alpha male. She wants a weak male. All of this stuff based upon the initial thing. Why aren't you going to psychiatric help now if you've gone through all this extra stuff, which is thrown you over the line now? So why aren't you in therapy? Why are you on the show right now? I should be in therapy.
Yeah, okay. I did go to therapy and I did go to rehab for 30 days in the past. Okay? But I don't think it was a problem. But I don't think it's it's not a cause of a big problem. It's not changing my life. It's not making me have family problems. It's not affecting me very much. I mean, it's just like, maybe it's like an inner feeling that I just want to get out. And that's what Facebook is for. That's what the internet is for. You know, you go on there and you share your feelings on Facebook, online. You know, it's kind of hard to talk to people about this in the real world.
Yeah, a lot of experts hang out on Facebook all the time. There's constantly therapists on there, lawyers, doctors. There's a ton of experts on Facebook. I agree with you. 30 days wasn't long enough. Maybe you should have stayed for a couple years. 30 days doesn't seem like it was long enough. Should have gotten a lifetime subscription or frequent. You should have gotten frequent flyer miles to join this therapy. And it should be going there today. I think we can get you an appointment. What's the phone number? I'll call up and get you an appointment.
Look, what I said, Dave, what I said is that one of the reasons, and maybe out of 20 reasons, it could have been Heather Wade, okay? That there was other reasons that are too personal to talk about here.
No, nothing's too personal to talk about on this show. We talked about 4 reasons. The welfare check, you went to her home, dropped off a package, the alpha male thing, singing love songs to her all the time. That's 4. So give us the other 16. I want the other 16, Miller. Tell us the other 16.
You on all those 4 points, you're wrong. I am an alpha male. I have always been.
Not by what the caller said. The caller did not say you're an alpha male. You slapped a woman. That doesn't make you an alpha male. That makes you kind of a
because Angie says I'm a beta male doesn't mean anything. Okay, that doesn't prove anything. Okay. I am an alpha male. I don't care about any caller telling me I'm a beta male and she owns me or whatever. That's false. That's all you're saying. Okay? I am an alpha male. I'm not a stalker. I am a supporter of Heather. I love Art Bell. And I did not go into her house to drop off any package. I don't know why I have to defend myself over and over. There was no stalking. There was no invasion. There was no trespassing. I'm an alpha male. That's been proven by all my girlfriends, my ex-wife.
Let's have one on. Let's have one on. Call your wife. Let's have her on right now. Call her up. I'll call her up. What's her phone number? I'll call her up.
You can ask anyone, and everybody knows I'm an alpha male.
Let's start with your wife. Let's call your wife up. What's her phone number? I'll write it down, and I'll call her. What's her phone number?
I'm sure Heidi will agree that I'm an alpha male, right, Heidi?
I think Heidi's on right now. Heidi, answer. You're on chat. By the way, I do see someone saying here. I'm going to put up a poll later on asking if they think Miller is an alpha male, a beta male, or I'm actually going to add gamma to that as well. There's a gamma male as well. I'm going to add gamma to it.
What are the qualities of the alpha male?
First of all, do you have a quality at all? It's a good quality. Give us a good quality about a Miller first of all. Before we discuss the qualities of an alpha male, give us one good redeeming quality of Miller.
Okay.
Got to think about that.
Women.
Huh? Why?
Sometimes I do get very irritated and angry at women, and I lash out, and I treat them very badly. So that's an alpha male quality and trait.
Is that really an alpha male quality and trait? I don't believe that that's a trait. I should look up. I'm going to get on the web right now. I'm going to look up the definition of an alpha male. Okay, I'm going to get the Wikipedia declaration of what an alpha male means. Let's see. I'll read it to you. Okay, an alpha male is a top-ranking male in a social group. Some animals, they're talking about animals. They're talking specifically about you, I think. Some animals live in a social structure where the most powerful male in the group is decided by either fights or via aggression battles that sometimes even end in death. Okay, so now is that what you want to be associated with? An animal that fights constantly and is very aggressive and sometimes could lead to death. Is that what you want to be? You want to be an alpha male after I read that?
I've been that way, yes. When I was with my girlfriend, when I went to the Marine bar, because there's San Diego and Miramar Road, there's a Marines bar, and every Marine thinks they're badass. So I went to there, and I went to protect my girl, Lana, and every time they start to fight with me, I fight back, and I'll stand up for her. You know, and I even got into a lot of fights for her. So yes, that is the definition of who I am, for sure.
Wow. Take your shirt off. You don't look too physically fit. Let's see what an alpha male looks like. Start the video up and let's show it. Let me see what you look like as an alpha male. Oh, you're not on video. Spin the video. Let's see what an alpha male looks like, because I'm recording this so I can actually show everyone, all of our listeners, what an alpha male's body looks like. Stand up. Let's take a look. Are you Schwarzenegger or are you Stallone with that alpha body? Well, or are you Pee Wee Herman with that alpha body? He almost had a fight in a biker bar. So maybe you're the Pee Wee Herman alpha male. Is that right? Pee Wee Herman alpha male.
It's not really about the body. It's more about the way you treat and you beat others with your smarts. It's about being smart with others and beating them down with words. That's what the alpha male is. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be all like, strong,
Yeah. Boy, people are going to hate me for this interview. I wonder how many people are watching this and think, man, Dave is really a douche for all these comments here. I wonder how many people are disliking me because
I don't care, man.
Was this your strategy to make people dislike me because here I am agitating Miller? Was that your strategy?
A lot of people don't like me and don't like you, so we're both alpha males.
Were you trying to dominate me? Is that what you're trying to do? Dominate me as an alpha male? You trying to dominate me, Miller?
I don't dominate anybody unless you're going after my girl. That's the only reason.
Who's your girl at the moment? Heather, right? Is Heather your girl?
I really don't have a girl right now. But
why?
I am focusing on Heather because I'm trying to help her succeed.
Oh, okay. You think she'll succeed? Do you think Heather's going to succeed?
Yes, Heather's going to be successful. She's going to be the legacy. She's the next art though.
She already damaged the legacy, so I think here's what she should do, by the way. She should forget about the legacy because she destroyed the legacy. Art Bell's spinning around in his grave. because she went out and she decided to change the coroner's report and go against the family and not shut up and get on the air to her amount of fans she had, which was a small, limited hand pocket full of fans that she destroyed most of the fan base anyway. She decided to go on there and damage his legacy. So I think she's got to start moving away from his legacy and do her own friggin' show.
How do you claim that she destroyed Art's legacy? With what?
Well,
you can't name it.
Well, first of all, she lost a lot of the viewers that he had built up. 18 million. Did she? How many viewers did she have, or listeners did she have? Did she have 18 million, or did it dwindle down to how many?
Well, keep rolling in the midnight in the desert. They stabbed her in the back. That's their fault. That's why she lost all those viewers.
Oh, it's
Keith.
It's always someone else's fault. Always someone else's fault. It's never anyone's fault anymore. It's always someone else's fault.
With Art warned her about Keith Rowland, the producer for Art, for over how many years? 20 years? He's a douchebag. He was listening in on the radio shows, and he listened in on Art, and he listened in on Richard C. Hoagland, and he listened on her. And when she brought it out, and she called him out, he got really pissed. And that's not a producer anymore because Richard got fired.
What's the shock about that? I think wasn't that his responsibility to do that?
Well, no, Keith. You know who Keith Rowland is, right?
No, I don't. So tell me about him. Tell me about him. Who was he?
He was Art Bell's producer for many years. He ran Art Bell's show.
Oh, okay. And then after that, Heather took over, right? She produced the show, right? We have another caller here. Let's bring the caller in. Hello, caller. This is Dave Darren. You're on the Dave Darren Show along with Miller. Who's calling in?
Yeah, my name is Brad. Miller, is it true that for all the talking you did over the years, that for most of her tenure, you weren't even a paid subscriber to the Heatherweight Show?
Yes, that is true. Because I listen live, and when you listen live, you don't have to pay. That's simple as that.
Well, there is a good reason to not be part of her subscription base because evidently over the last 6 months that she wasn't on the air and some people were still subscribers, at least you don't have to try to get your money back from Heather who didn't have any product out there for the last 6 months. So there's one good reason. So good for you, you're not a subscriber because you didn't get ripped off. That's good.
Who's the caller again? Because I get confused.
Yeah, he hung up. He hung up already. He just wanted to ask you that question. And so you're not a paid subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber, does that mean that you weren't really a full supporter of Heather? Because obviously subscribers are the best fans.
I have explained why I'm not a subscriber. Yeah, you know how she accepts the subscriptions? Do you know that the way she worked? First of all, she could only accept subscriptions through the PayPal. I do not use PayPal for subscription. Do you understand that? That is a breach of information. I only use Pedro when I'm online. I'm not using my real name, my real address, and my real phone number. That's one of the reasons why I never got a subscription to Heather, because she wants me to use PayPal on a current recurring payment, and I'm not going to do that. And I emailed her about it. I said, look, I'm not going to subscribe until you change the format. You know, I hate PayPal. You should stop using PayPal for subscriptions. There has to be another way. And so she sent me an address. She said, you want to send me a money order for a year's subscription? And I said, yes, I'll do that. But guess what? Before I did that, that's when she left. She quit.
Well, here's what you should do. Here's the solution for that. If you don't want to use PayPal, just go to her front porch, and in the box, put the Yoda doll and your month subscription every month.
Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a money order. I'm gonna get a money order, and I'm gonna pay the yearly subscription, and I'm just gonna mail it to whatever. I think it's Florida or somewhere.
Oh, you didn't answer that question. She moved to Florida. Why did she? I'll tell you one good thing is, at least by moving to Florida, she won't get a Miller at her front doorstep because she's 2,000 miles away now. And if she's smart enough, she won't even give you the name of the city she's in. So a Miller won't appear on her front doorstep. So
you're mistaken. Dave, you're mistaken on every level. Heather wants me to go to her front doorstep.
Oh, really? She wants you. So is there a welcome mat that says welcome Miller instead of welcome? Does it say welcome Miller on the mat?
Well, when you're an alpha male, you play hard to get, right?
Really?
That's the reason. You know.
When's the last time you were hard? When you were whacking off to Heather's pictures last night, or when's the last time? Answer the question. So it's a serious question. I want an answer to that question.
I watch my music video, which is a hit, you know, with the Cure and the Love, and I watched that video that I did. It's a masterpiece. I love it. But
it is a master something. I'll tell you, it's a master something.
I really don't jack off to her pictures. I really don't.
Why not? Okay? Why not? You're in love with the woman. You're not with the woman. You're never going to get with the woman. So why not have the fantasy? Why not buy a sex doll and stick the face on it? Why not get a blow-up sex doll? Get the picture of her face, stick it on there. Get the picture of the broken leg that she broke because she's full of bullshit and she slipped on it, and that's how she broke her leg. So get the blow-up sex doll, stick the picture of her face on there and a fake broken leg, and whack off with the doll. Why not do that, Miller?
I've never been a kinky guy.
No.
Okay? I've never dressed up as a woman like you. I don't wear wigs. Okay? I don't show my legs. I'm just really boring. I just like sex, like in and out, like, you know, I'm boring. I never done that stuff. Okay? I never do that kinky stuff. So I can't get into that. I don't dress up. When I go to Comic Cons, I don't dress up like Darth Vader or Luke or any of that stuff. Okay? Maybe. That's something like.
Do you dress up like Princess Leia? Do you dress up like Princess Leia? You do. You dress up like Princess Leia. No.
If I dress up as Princess Leia, I told her no. That's not going to turn me on. She says, why not? Because I don't get turned on by dresses and makeup. I hate makeup on women. I hate makeup on women. I hate wigs. I hate shoes. I hate all that stuff. I just want a woman who's real, who tells the truth, and who talks all this trash. And that's Heather. But I'm not saying I'm going to get Heather. I'm just saying, you know, if she wants to talk to me and be friends, just friends.
So maybe maybe she's your alpha male. She sounds like she's your alpha male, Miller. You're the gamma male, and she's the alpha male in this relationship. So if you get to be with Heather, you can borrow Angie's strap-on, and you can give it to Heather, and then you're going to be very happy with that, and you can make sure that Heather doesn't wear makeup and doesn't. So I just solved all your problems. You got an alpha woman there. You yourself are a gamma male, and you're all set. I think it's a perfect match.
I'm a complete alpha male. I love women, but I treat women like shit. So I can't.
Well, that's a great thing to admit. So that's a great thing to admit. You're going to get a lot of females. You're going to get a lot of female companions. By the way, if you're going to treat women like shit, buy the blow-up sex doll, okay? And then you can have fun with the blow-up sex doll, and no one's going to be upset with you. So do that. I recommend you do that. By the way, here's something that was said. I guess after listening to the test stream of Heather Wade, she did a test stream. I guess she was doing some music or something like that. Did you remember? Remember the night?
It was 6 hours. I couldn't sleep, man. It fucked me up. It messed up my whole day. It was too long.
So you stayed off for the whole 6 hours and listened to the music she was running. You listened to the whole 6 hours, right?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. It was like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
And you couldn't sleep after because, according to Heidi, after the show was finished, you said, dude, I am going to have to go jack off before I go to bed. So not only did you do 6 hours, you did 6 hours and 26 seconds before you went to bed, because 6 hours of the video and 26 seconds of jacking off, right? So that was a long night for you.
Of course, that was a joke. I joke with Heidi all the time. That's not a real. Now, of course, I didn't jack off to the radio. I'm not going to jack off to music. Come on, man.
So you had the music and her picture there, and then you jacked off for 26 seconds, right? It was the combination of when you held up Heather's picture while you were jacking off, did you jack off with the right hand and had the picture in the other hand, and you were moving it around to the beat of the music? Is that what you did?
You know, to be honest, I really don't care what Heather looks like. I like her voice. I think her voice is sexy. I like her smarts. That's what turns me on about her. She's a smart girl. She's a smart person. She's very intelligent, and that's what Art loved about her voice, not her looks. Okay?
I don't think Art Bell can hear her anymore because he's facing the opposite direction away from her because he doesn't want to hear what she's got to say any longer. He's fed up with her. So I think,
Art Bell hired her. He invited her home.
He might have fired her if he stayed alive long enough. He would have hired her and probably fired her ass as well. So
Art Bell never fired her.
Well, he should have.
He stood up for her many times with Keith Rowland, his producer, his own producer. He told him to shut the hell up about Heather because he came to him and said, "Oh, Heather's doing this, Heather's doing that," and Art Bell shut him down. All right. So Art Bell.
Okay. So work this with me. So supposing Art Bell was alive today, and suppose his wife was on prescription drugs, and his wife accidentally overdosed on prescription drugs, and Heather Wade, who was on the air and Art Bell was retired, Heather Wade got on there and she said that Art Bell's wife died of a suicide. Do you think Art Bell would have kept her on the air, or do you think Art Bell would have fired her?
He would never fire her.
Oh, if Heather Wade got on the air and said that Art Bell's wife committed suicide, even though she might have died of an overdose of drugs, you don't think Art Bell would have fired her? Probably would have sued her. Probably would have sued her.
I think you got to speak about suicide. It's a real problem in the United States. A lot of people commit suicide.
So then we just blame everyone. We blame every death on suicide. Then we take our chances. It's correct. We just say everyone committed suicide. We don't have any accuracy at all. We just say committed suicide.
So what? Everybody commits suicide one way or another.
Everybody.
It's fact. It doesn't matter if it hurts anybody or if it hurts families. You got to tell people. Everybody has to know what happened.
You got to tell people. You got to tell the fan base of Art Bell. You got to come online. You got to tell the fan base, even though that there's no proof of this. I've said this before. I've never said it live on the air here with you, but supposedly she said not supposedly, she said that he committed suicide, and she said that there was a note, a letter. If you got a letter, you're going to be asked to produce it. You're going to ask to validate either the handwriting on the letter, or if it was typed on a typewriter, then you go and see if there's the typewriter that matches the print on the letter. If it's a computerized thing, it's going to be a little harder, but you got to produce the evidence. If you don't have the evidence and you don't say anything, and you said who does it damage? I'll tell you who it damages. The people that admired Art. Anyone that hears something is going to suddenly have doubts in their mind. They're going to say, wow, I didn't know that he committed suicide. Does that mean that he had a financial problem? Does it mean that he had a family problem? It's going to put doubts into people's minds that Art worked for so many decades to create a legacy and a group of listeners, and now you're putting doubts into people's minds. Is that the way Art Bell would have wanted to go out in that type of style? Is that the way he wanted to die?
Dave. Yeah. Okay, I give you, and it's a well written, and it's a good point that you're talking about. But let's say for the cause of the argument, okay, maybe somebody commits suicide, and I'm not talking about Art Bell. I'm talking about, what about my sister committed suicide, or my mom, or anybody?
I'm going to commit suicide after this interview. I'm going to commit suicide. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And you can have an opinion. Anybody can say anything about anybody, and it's not going to damage anything. I was Art Bell's fan, and when she said that, it didn't matter in the least. I don't care if he died from overdose, or suicide, or falling off a bridge, or anything. It's not going to affect the past shows, because he was a great radio guy, and he did great interviews, and he was the best. So I don't care I don't care if he died, maybe he would care.
Maybe he would care.
Why? Who cares? I mean, who cares?
I would if my wife died, and if Heather Wade happened to find out that I'm a radio personality that's starting to get a group of listeners. Suppose my wife died, and then Heather Wade gets on the air and she said, "You know this guy Dave Darren? He's always ragging on me, and I heard his wife died of suicide, and my wife actually died of an overdose." I would care. I would care.
So just, okay, she's wrong. That's it. I mean, move along. I mean, anybody can say, you took a 20 pill. I can say you died from an overdose or you kill yourself, whatever. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You taking it too seriously. She's not hurting anybody. Nobody cares. It's just her opinion. That's it. I know everybody says you're smarter than I am. That's cool. I mean, you are more professional. You had real radio shows. You did for the music. You worked with the bands. I didn't. Okay, so that's great. If somebody wants to say,
wait a second. I got to grab a tissue now because I'm getting excited. Can you repeat that? I got a tissue. So repeat what you said.
Yes, dude. I never said I was better. You know who's better? Heather Wade. Heather Wade is better than me and you. So we can't compete with her. Okay?
Maybe I'm going to try to. Maybe I'm going to try to compete with heavyweight. I'm going to go head-to-head with heavyweight. Huh?
Nobody can beat heavyweight. That's it. That's it. That's why it's so important that we go out here.
So what makes her so good? What makes her so good? What makes her the talented woman that you think she is? What makes her so great?
I'll tell you what makes her great. Her voice is amazing. Her form of thought is amazing. Her sound, her studio, which is our studio, her equipment, her cables, her computer, her speakers, all that stuff that Art gave her is what's amazing. She is talented. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care if she's stripped. I don't care if she's slept with 20,000 guys. She is talented, and nobody can prove that she's not. That's why I like Heather.
Okay, well, we'll have to see if other people agree with that. Maybe they'll post on the thread. Maybe I'll put a poll up. I'm going to put two polls up. I'm going to put one poll up to ask if people think Heather Wade is talented or not talented. And the second poll I'm going to put up is if people think that Miller is an alpha, beta, or a gamma male. I'm going to put two posts up tonight, two polls. Okay?
Okay, Dave.
All right, well, it's nice talking to you, Miller. It was nice rapping with you. It was nice picking your brain.
Best show, I guess it's the best show ever. Bye.
All right, later on. Bye-bye.
Do you know the Dave Darren Show?
Not enough to boil a monkey's bum.
Most people say, who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Like Disneyland, I'm the happiest fucking guy on earth.
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Are you a poof duck?
He used to be on terrestrial radio, but he got fired.
It's over. Don't you think it's over?
I'll spit.
Who the fuck is Dave Darren?
Here comes the boss fella now.
Dave Darren.